Greetings from the Lyceum. Welcome you on another session, another topic, another way of communicating with you all. Okay, now before we enter into this, let me salute all my teachers. Today is Teachers' Day. So I salute all my teachers and I am talking to you, all of you, because of my teaching. And the teacher's role in anyone's life is immeasurable. We may not know where his influence ends. Anyhow, my pranams, my greetings, my salutations to all my teachers. Now we are getting back into our discussion, my dear friends. I was thinking about what is to be discussed. And when I am talking to people, when I go to companies, when I talk to them, when I visit in the shop floor, I am getting a sort of jittery. I feel I am not comfortable. Because you know what happened in, especially in the manufacturing industries. Maintenance is one area. Is it a scapegoat area? To some extent, I may say yes. Why? We will come back to that. See, the world-class manufacturing concept. The world-class manufacturing, when I say world-class manufacturing, it has some attributes. Some 6, 7, 8, whatever it is. Some concepts, some attributes are there. And if I am able to follow anyone and try to be at the top of it, then okay, I may say that I am at that level. But once you start the journey, naturally you will spread your wings in all directions. That is most important. We need to understand this. Okay, fine. Now, the great companies from where we got all the inputs, all the stories, all the concepts, everything, they made tremendous inroad into this. After going into some level, then they started thinking something different. For example, let me take it at the total productive maintenance concept. The cornerstone of TPM principle is its Jishu Hoshin, that is autonomous maintenance activities. Here, autonomous maintenance activities means the one who is using that machine, the owners, especially the production team, is taking care of the machines. Yes. When the production team is taking care of machines, then production people or production team, they do not know anything about the machines or its maintenance. So it is the responsibility of the maintenance team to educate all these things. That is one part of it. So as long as your students, when I say your student means the production team in front of the maintenance. So for maintenance, production is their students. You have to develop them. You have to teach them, you have to walk with them, you have to coach them, you have to mentor them on machine capability, how to run the machine, how to take care of the machine. We need to teach all these things. And for that maintenance, they get all these data from their history cards, machine history cards, about the old breakdown or preventive done or whatever the problem has come. But the most important point is whenever the problem comes, we must have the habit of going back and recording it in the machine history card. If we are doing it, then it will be okay. Then it is fantastic. If not, let us not look into those aspects. We will see the positivity of this. Fine. Now, the most important point of total productive maintenance, it has some objective, 3 objectives. 0 defect, 0 accident and 0 breakdowns. 0 breakdown. When I say in one organization, when I was giving the introduction, when I say 0 defect, immediately the quality head said that is not possible because 0 is not possible. Okay, that is one of his observation and I have taken it in the right way and I educated him what is the meaning behind that 0 defect. And my dear friends, 0 defect, 0 breakdown or 0 accident is not a destination, it's a journey. If I continue to go in that journey, then all the results will follow me. That is one part of it. Anyway, we will come back to that main idea. Jishu Hoshan or the autonomous maintenance in total productive maintenance concept says the production team is taking care of the machine. Production team is taking care of the machine in maintaining the basic conditions. Let us understand this very clearly. So, the basic conditions set out by the great elders is clean the machine, lubricate the machine, inspect the machine, and retighten the bolt and nuts wherever is needed and whenever is needed. These are all the four important activities. This is what we call it as CLIRT: clean, lubricate, inspect, and retighten. It's fine. But the way we implement it, the first step is that we do the initial phase cleaning. We completely clean the machine, find out the abnormalities based on the 7 abnormalities, and start putting all these things. The most important deliverable after this is, my dear friends, is that the abnormality tag matrix. This is very important because in this abnormality tag matrix, we say if I leave this abnormality unattended, if I am not doing anything on this, where this will lead to? This will lead to breakdown, this will lead to quality defect, this will lead to accident, something like that. We have it based on that 7 abnormalities. Now, the most important point here is not just cleaning the machine, is not just take a piece of cloth and clean the machine. Cleaning with a meaning, even in the initial phase cleaning stage. Okay, fine. But the point is, the maintenance should have their breakdown history of that machine. What is done as a final action, or why that breakdown has happened. They must have some data. Now, what production people will take care of? They have been asked to take care of their machines. We say ownership of the machine. Fine, ownership. Ownership from where it will come? We have to develop it. As Ono-san said, Gemba will not change easily. We have to put all our efforts to see that it is changing. Okay, fine, we will do all these things. But the important point is, I have to be very clear on, if I leave any of these abnormalities, that will lead to breakdown. No, that is the first important concept. And please note, this is what the point that we need to give it to the production team. It is not quality defect, or it is not, so many things are there. But the first point as far as JH is concerned is this. Why? Because most of the time, I am sorry to say this, why breakdown is happening? When I put this question, people are coming with many answers. Why breakdown is happening? It is because of the deterioration. Machine deteriorates. It deteriorates. And it will deteriorate. Our duty is to ensure the deterioration is happening slowly. Thereby, for the pundits, I am telling, in the bathtub cup, we try to increase the useful life of the machine. Useful life of the machine by doing or by maintaining the basic conditions. And this is what. Now, please understand the deterioration of two types: forced deterioration, natural deterioration. Now, JH, autonomous maintenance, focuses on the breakdown that are happening because of the forced deterioration. That means, forced deterioration means not maintaining the basic conditions, not cleaned, not inspected, not lubricated, not retightened. These are all the most important. So, whenever I have my breakdown, I must be in a position to come back to the reason, the root cause of the problem. Why this breakdown has happened? Now, when it has happened, then if I am able to ascribe the root cause of that particular breakdown to any one of this CLIRT, any one of this basic condition missing. Now, in this condition, the counteraction will be provided, the countermeasure will be taken. That is why we do many things, difficult to made easy, and then we come with some sort of case and all this. We do. JH related questions. Once done, then there are some points. CLIRT checklist can have 5, 6, 7 points. The most important critical problems that has happened in the long back, in the past. For that, the forced deterioration is the cause. Now, this activity will be taken care by the operator. So, we have to be very clear on it, number one. Number two, whenever the breakdown is happening, we always ask, we suggest, once the machine is brought into condition and handed over to production, it is the responsibility of the maintenance person to go back and write why this problem has happened. This we call it as YY analysis. Now let us understand a sort of root cause analysis. In any organization, in a manufacturing organization, there are only two categories. One is the person who is working on the machine, the other ones are the staffs, that is operators and the staffs. Okay. Now operator's job is clear cut. They come and they work on the machine, they give the required output. So what is the role of, what is the duty, responsibility of the staff? Again, quote from the great teacher Yamaguchi-san. He said, improvement is the job. Improvement is our job. We improve by solving problems. So our aim is to solve problems. Whenever I come to the work, I must have, when I go back, very frankly, when I go back home, I must have the satisfaction of, yeah, today I have solved this problem. No. What problem you have solved today is the question. And then I am doing this YY analysis. Even a breakdown YY analysis starts from the last action you have taken. You have done something and the machine is back to life. Now from there we need to start. I need to ask the question why, and then I have to give an answer. Please note, I have to give an answer. And altogether we will see all these things in another video, in another session, what is to be done, what are all the hierarchy in those actions. We will see that separately. Now I need to take some actions, and finally I have to come to the root of the problem. If the root of, please note, if the root of the problem says machine not cleaned, it is not inspected, it is not retightened, it is not lubricated, then this particular action needed to be taken to the CLIRT JH checklist and given to the operator, provide training and do it, fix up a time to do all these things also. Please note, these are all very important. And then come back to analyze. Now the most important point, most salient feature of this is, I work on improvements. Maintenance will be working on improvements, whereas the production team will take care of the machine so that the breakdowns are not happening. The breakdowns because of the forced deteriorations are not happening. So hence, maintenance is a specialist. To put it, to give a simple example, if I say production is MBBS, then maintenance will be MBBS, MD, MS, all these things. They are all specialists. And the specialist will be looking the bigger aspects, like mean time between failure, condition based monitoring, all these things. Please understand, breakdown maintenance, preventive maintenance, and then there is something is there that is condition based management. They have to come to that level. We need to come to that level. So the most important point is that whenever I do a YY analysis, finally I should tell whether it is because of this. I have to tell whether this is because of forced deterioration or natural deterioration. If it is forced deterioration, then that has to be updated in the JH checklist, and operator needs to be trained with a specific time, with a specific methodology, make it easy, difficult to made easy principle, all these things. So that it is easy for him to do it. And only that is the time to clean the machine, that's all, nothing. I don't need to give 15 minutes, 20 minutes time to clean the machine. By doing that, we are doing some peripheral cleanings, and any world-class manufacturing concept or any forward-thinking company is not interested in a peripheral cleaning, because cleaning is a meaningful activity. So, let us understand this clearly. JH, autonomous maintenance, is aiming to make breakdowns zero, the breakdowns that are happening because of the forced deterioration. And when I am doing a YY analysis, this is from the maintenance perspective. When I am doing YY analysis, I must tell this breakdown is because of this problem. And this problem is identified as a forced deterioration concept. When that is there, then only the cycle is useful. Then, and there is no point in writing some 15-20 points as a checklist for JH and ask the operator to do. They will not do it. We need to do any activity we do should be a meaningful one, should be useful one, and overall it is a productive way of life. And that is why finally we say this is total productive manufacturing and total productive management also. Hope I have cleared some points on this YY analysis, because root cause analysis is our domain, staff domain. We have to work on it. And most of the time, again to paraphrase it, I always tell TPM is a technical job. We need to understand our job, I need to improve, I need to go deeper, understand knowledge, start implementing it, everything I should do. When I do that, things are clear. So, JH pillar, aim, make zero breakdown that are coming because of the forced deterioration. And when I analyze the breakdowns, I must come to the root cause, and it should say it is because of any miss of basic conditions. Then that will be updated in the CLIRT checklist. And that CLIRT checklist first focuses on how to make the breakdowns zero. There are many things are there. We will come back to that later. It is not the end of the road. It is only the starting of the journey. So we will come back to it. So with this, hope I have made some clarity on that. Hope to see you in the next session with a different topic. Thank you.